or if you've already purchased one, if you've already purchased one and the money's not adding up, I'm 𝗙𝐿𝐴 RNBSN. I'm your NEMT startup coach, and welcome to the NEMT Business Triage, as is stated on the thumbnail. So if you've ever been in a room with me, then you already know we don't just buy vans over here. We don't do that. We build healthcare transportation businesses, companies actually that can actually survive. So let me just kind of walk through this a little bit today. Welcome in. Comment below. Let me know where you're at in your business. If you're in the planning season, if you and researching, if you've already purchased a van, if you've got the vehicle, or if you're already running, go ahead and leave me a comment so we can chat a little bit tonight. I've got about 15 minutes before I got to get on Bible study. So make sure to thumbs up this video, and I'll be back again tomorrow to say hello. So let's talk about it a little bit, who I am and why I teach this. So I teach healthcare transportation because I've watched too many people come to this industry with a complete heart to serve, ready to get into this business and to do the good. You're in the planning stage. Thank you, 𝗙𝐿𝐴 Thank you for that. Okay, great. I love the planning stage. We can do a lot in the planning stage. Thank you for that. So I wanted people to I saw that people got into this industry and actually have a heart to serve. Some people are in it for the money. I get that. But a lot of individuals are truly in transportation because they have a heart for the people. But the problem is that you're getting into the business without actually understanding your numbers, without understanding the systems that you'll need and the structures, and you definitely don't have a good strategical guide on how to survive, especially when we have these economic downturns like we're having right now. So my goal is not to hype you into buying a van. I had someone comment yesterday on one of my reels. I think it's the reel where I talk about the $100,000 investment, and I get on to the influencers and how they're constantly telling you that you could just get in here with some brokers and some Medicaid in a van and call it the day. But the comment they left was that if I would have saw this when I first got started, I would have been discouraged. And my response to that is good. I'm not here to cheer you on until you have all the information that you need in order to succeed. I'm not that one. There's others that will gaslight a false dream. There's others who will tell you that you're right when you're wrong. I'm not that one. And it doesn't make our method any different. I'm the one who's going to give you honest feedback. I'm going to come from to you from a place of um me being triggered because I've had it happen to me because I didn't think the right way through it. So if you get a little offended, you just know that's Coach Willena McGee. I am who I am. I'm not doing it intentionally to hurt your feelings. I'm bringing it to you real. That's how it is. And right now, again, if you're entering the room, go ahead and hit comment plan. If you're still researching, if you've already got your van and you've got a vehicle, go ahead and put van. And if you're running already, go ahead and take trips. Yeah, you could get a shout out. Bobies. All right. Is that right? Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming on in. Hit that like button. Hit that like button on. Come on in. Because we're going to do some diagnosis today of your NEMT business. Tell me what's going on. Just started YouTube. All right. Well, congratulations. We're glad you're here. All right. So let's talk about it. So this live is for you if you're researching, if you've already bought the van, if insurance has shocked you, if broker pay has you nervous, or if you're just scared to start wrong. You're in the right room. You're welcome. You're in the right room. Come on in. Hey, Matthias, come on in. Thank you for where are you at? What level are you at? Are you just planning and researching? Do you already have the van, or are you running already? Come on in, tap on in, because I'm going to tell you guys about what I have been seeing on what is causing so many issues with you all in starting these businesses. The main problem, and this is something that I just have said for years, but I know that some of you all are new to the industry, so you don't know me from 2, 3 years ago. So I'm coming back to remind you. The main leak is that you fall in love with that van first. You all fall in love. You think about that van, and I know because I love the Toyota Sienna. I think it's a beautiful vehicle. I mean, the others are great. The Chrysler Pacificas, they're all great. But that Toyota Sienna, it just does something for me, right? So I get it. I get falling in love with that van, but falling in love with that van does not pay the bills. It doesn't pay the bills. You have to know how you're going to make money with that van. If you don't know how you're going to make money with that van before you buy that van, you've just built your business backwards. I want you to understand that your van is not a business model. Don't give up, Stephanie. Don't give up. Come on, don't give up. We got this. We got this together. Don't give up. All right. A van is not a business model. It is an expense that is sitting in your driveway until you have a system that fills it up with pay trips. That's why I tell you all, don't rely on Medicaid, because Medicaid is going to tell you to go get that van first. Medicaid is going to tell you to go get that insurance first, and it's going to take them anywhere from 6 to 18 months to get you locked in. Now, over that 6 to 18 months, I want you to think about these. These are the three things that I need you to think about. Here it is. Number one, who's paying you? Who's paying you, and not only who's paying you, but how fast? This is something that I have to talk to my students about all the time, because your brokers, your private pay, your facility contracts, and your nursing homes, they each pay differently and on different timelines. Some may be net 30. Some, if you're dealing with a private pay client, you should be getting that money up front. Okay, all right, get that money up front. They book that trip, they pay for that trip. And, if they didn't like your service, they can always ask for a refund, but they pay you up front. Okay. Who's paying you and how fast? Because here comes question number two. What does it cost you? What does it cost you to move one person from point A to point B? And I'm not just talking about in like how much is it going to cost you that one trip? No, I'm talking about what is it actually costing you in time, in driver pay, in deadhead mileage, in fuel. What is it actually costing you to take a client from point A to point B? That's the second question you need to be asking yourself. Now, third, here's the biggest thing that you all do not think about. You don't think about it. And again, I'm going to be blunt because I am who I am. Amen. I am who I am. You have to think about how long you can cover your bills with zero income. With zero income. I cannot tell you how many people have the impression. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, don't give up. I got something for you. I got something for you. All right. I'm about to talk about it here in just a second. I'm going to finish this point out. There's so many individuals that don't think through how long it is going to take for them to get started. That is called a ramp up period, because you don't just get a van and get some Medicaid and automatically start making money. It doesn't work like this. This business is structured that there is a ramp period. There may be a month where you take 3 clients. There may be a month where you take one. There may be a month where you don't do anything at all. Now, if you're not doing anything at all, we got to look at that. We got to look at that. But that is your ramp period. And you all are not taking account for that ramp period. And then you're draining your funds. So by the time you do get signed up with the Medicaid or with the broker, you can't even afford to take the trip now. You don't have any gas. I know because I did it. I did it. I mean, I'm not telling y'all nothing you don't know. So I'm just telling you this is why it's happening. This is the leak. Now, if you saw my thumbnail, you saw that it says why most people go broke before the first year. Now, let me tell you about this. Tonight I'm giving you I'm giving you the awareness. There is a free webinar that I'm giving you the roadmap. It is called Why Most NEMT Business Owners Go Broke Before Year One. And I'm breaking down on that webinar the 5 profit leaks that drain new owners' vehicles, the 5 profit leaks that drain new owners. And those 5 profit leaks are your vehicle decision, your broker payment delays, insurance costs, pricing mistakes, and not having a private pay strategy. So go register. Y'all are signing up. Look, I haven't had to come on here too much, but I said, let me go ahead and let everybody know because I don't want nobody telling me that they didn't know. Go register. The link is in my bio. So when I say link in my bio, go over to my community post tab. There's like several community posts, like 3 or 4 of them right now, and they all have the link to the webinar. I'm outside. So they all have the link to the webinar. You all get in this webinar because if you've been in one of my classes, y'all know I'm telling you the what, the when, and the why. Come on, get in the class. Get in the class. I'm telling it to you. All right. So before I get ready to go, I want y'all drop in the comment section. If you're new here, I'm Coach Willena McGee, RN BSN. I'm your WMNEMT startup coach. I need to know where you're at. Are you planning? Do you have a van or are you running? Let me know where you're at in your process. All right. So now I want to know what's going on with you all. I told you all what I'm here to do, and I told you guys why some of the leaks are here. But tonight I want to triage your business. I got a few minutes. I got a few minutes. I don't have a whole lot of time because Daddy's gonna be late because it's already 7 o'clock, and I'm gonna probably come in a little late. Bible study gonna be a little late, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, y'all. So y'all, if you got questions, drop them in there. I want to know any of your questions. Like if you have questions, new and used, running slow, running slow. Okay, tell me what you mean. Running slow is um. Tell me what's going on. Give me a little paragraph. I got you. So, how many vans? If you want need questions answered, like how many vans to start? Um, let's see. You want to know, understand your numbers and how to scale. Do you need a CDL driver, y'all? I got some good stuff coming out the rest of the year, y'all just hang in there with me. Stay there. All right. So, what questions do we have this evening? All right, we already talked about that first truth. I'm gonna go in while I'm waiting for Stephanie's answer on what she means by running slow. I hope that wasn't my Wi-Fi. All right, let's talk about the second truth. All right, so here's the second truth that I want you all to understand. The van is not your most great question. Your van is not your most valuable asset. Your relationships are. And I'm going to answer that question, Alfonso Gentle 6048. How many vans to start? Because it is a very powerful one. So, but let me finish this up. Your relationships, the van is not the most valuable asset. Okay. Flow state. Hey, go ahead. I don't know what that is, but I love it. Look, it's a gift. Hey, go ahead, YouTube. Now, y'all treat me right over here. Look, TikTok be a little a little scary. Love from India. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I love y'all too over there. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna go one day. One day I'm gonna go. So here's the answer to that. How many vehicles do you start with? So it's your budget. What is your budget? What type of patients do you want to take? Like we have to be reasonable on it. Traditionally, if you are a brand new startup and you do not have an investor, a large investor, someone, oh, thank y'all. Look, y'all giving me all the good stuff. Look, oh, and you do not have an investor into your business, start with one vehicle. Do not overextend yourself. There's too many moving components in this algorithm. Okay. So when you have one vehicle, your insurance is priced for one vehicle. You don't really get a discount on vehicles until after your third vehicle. So you're just stacking up insurance payments. And if you don't have an automatic yes from the broker and you're not ready to get started, like as soon as you get that van, you are taking a loss week after week, month after month until you get that thing moving. Thank you. Thank you, Matthias. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Look, I'm so excited. So that is why when it comes to like when someone asks how many vehicles do I need, it really is going to depend on what you're doing. Like if you are wanting to be a total broker dependent individual, then you're going to need 3 vans to get started, but you're also going to have to project the cost for that until you get approved by the state. So let's say 1 car, 1 driver, barely making enough to pay insurance. So I'm thinking, should I cancel my insurance and start with your program? Don't cancel your insurance. Don't cancel your insurance. That's the worst thing you can do. Thank you. Look, Matthias is hooking me up. I'm like so excited, y'all. So the you don't want to cancel the insurance. You want to just go with the flow. Go with the flow with the insurance. Cut out every single other expense that you have, if possible. If the driver's not making any money and he's bleeding you money, you got to cut it. You got to cut your losses. I had this conversation with one of my students that was one of my starter students. And like, I'm very transparent with you all. When I first started, I only knew the broker model. So that's what I taught until I knew better. Once I knew better, I taught you all better. So some of my students that started out with me are on the broker are looking to be broker dependent, and I'm like, hey, come back over here. But when you build like that and you don't have the resources to get you through those additional months, you end up broker dependent and you end up stuck. And I had to have that same conversation with them. I was like, because they were like, do we pay the insurance? Do we pay the van payment? And I'm like, you have to come up with those payments. Stop everything else. And they're getting ready to s- get approved through the state of New Jersey, but they're having some financial issues because it's taken so long to get there. And so don't throw the whole baby away with the bathwater. You can always revamp. Okay. Just don't make it worse. Yes, insurance isn't expensive, but it is if I'm not. That's right. I'm telling you, if you are taking cheap trips, and cheap trips, when I say cheap trips, premium doesn't mean that you got to charge $300 for a trip. That's out of control. Nobody can pay that, and people get mad when they pay that. But you have to learn how to price correctly. Okay. And a lot of people out here are going to sit here and tell you, oh, self-pay, self-pay. And I get it, and they'll say, well, Coach McGee, you ain't never run a business or run a transportation business. Well, I did for a little while, and I did it on the broker model. And that is why I structure every single one of the businesses that comes through my door for self-pay. Now, surely, if they want to do brokers, they can. If they want to do facility contracts, they can. But by the time you come out of my program, you're going to know how to price. You're going to know who your client avatars are. You're going to know what lane you're serving. You're going to know which niche you're in. You're going to know how to promote yourself on social media. If you don't know, it's because you weren't listening. That's it. That's it. That's it. I got some clients that go to the group meetings and say, well, I didn't learn this. I didn't learn this. And I'd be like, that is why all calls are recorded for quality and training purposes, because I said what I said. Okay. So yeah, Stephanie, keep your insurance, keep everything, and come to the webinar. Come to the webinar because there is a very special offer inside of that webinar. And it's not, I don't even think it's gonna be 90 minutes. Thank you, Matthias. Look, I'm gonna be rich. I keep saying this is my $1 million year. This is my $1 million year. Yes, this is my $1 million year. I'm gonna do it. I've been a millionaire one time, lost everything, lost it all, lost it all. But I've learned a lot from that. Right? We live and we learn, so we don't do it again. When is webinar? The webinar is June 6th, this Saturday. The link is in my community post. So if you're on YouTube, all you got to do is click on community posts on the post, and the link is in those posts. It's all through there. I've got them 3 or 4. You can just go and register. You will get a replay. And when you sign up for the webinar, you are going to get my free premium prompt market analysis. This is literally, and I'm not holding anything back, y'all. This is literally the same exact prompt that I use when I start my clients' business plans to run their market analysis. Okay. So all you have to do is copy and paste it. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. All you have to do is copy and paste it. Y'all, this webinar, I'm telling you, I have prepared this thing for months. I had people texting me saying, "Coach, when's your next event?" And I was keeping that thing silent. I was like, "You all are gonna know when you know." There we go. Look, oh, look, I'm telling you, Matthias got me over here rich. I'm excited. Look, I don't even know what all these gifts are. YouTube's got something different, but I'm glad to be on here tonight. But you all, I'm so grateful to be over here. I would love to just keep chinging with Matthias. Thank you so much for being here, Stephanie. I look forward for you being in the class. Be encouraged. I look forward for you to being in the class, and anybody else who joins, get in the class. There's a special offer at the end, and you all, when I'm telling you, we are rocking and rolling. So don't play around. This year, I promised myself to not overwork myself so that I can have time. I've got one child left in the house and she leaves in August. So I am not overworking myself, even though my bags say a little different, right? But I'm only taking on 20 students as far as my coaching and mentorship program. I've had 5 join already. So I've got 15 slots available for the year. And as I start releasing more and more products, that number's going to get higher quicker. So don't wait thinking that you've got time, because once the spots close down, they are closed down, because we're doing everything, the full build. Go over to the website www.nemtstartupcoach.com and see what we're doing over here. I'm thankful, I'm grateful, it's a blessing. So thank you, Matthias, I really appreciate it. Look, thank you so much. Thank you for keeping this live going, keeping it on point. Everyone, I look forward to our next one. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow, and until then, we say shalom, shalom, and may the peace of Yah be with you. Be blessed.